Hi and welcome. This is the overview video for 2016 Investment Analysis Winter Course, and in this video I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what this class will entail and what your responsibilities are as a student. The first thing you should always do as a student is check the announcements area. In the announcements area I've posted a link to the video syllabus, which you're watching right now, and the playlist on YouTube. So you want to subscribe to the playlist on YouTube because it will have all the videos for the class in chronological order, and it'll be an easy place to go every time you want to start watching a new video or finish a current video. So I suggest that you subscribe to the playlist. I will also be sending you weekly announcements of the videos you should be watching each week as well, which will include links to the videos. Now, just to give you a quick overview of the class schedule. Now this is just a schedule, not assignments. So the schedule is I have scheduled 3 chapters per week. So for each of the 3 winter weeks, we're going to go over 3 chapters. And at the end of each week, there will be an exam. So there'll be 3 tests for this course. Okay. Now I also have set up a homework manager for the class that I've placed instructions under announcements how to sign up and register for the homework announcement. The homework manager, and this is the course ID. So this is an important part of the homework manager, is that you have this course ID so you can link your homework manager page to my course to get the credit for your homework. So here are the easy instructions to the homework manager, and one added benefit of the homework manager is that you can get the textbook with the homework manager for $109. So if you follow this link below, it'll take you to this link will take you here where you can buy access to the homework manager, which is called My Finance Lab, and the Pearson eText. So you get 2 of them together for $109, which is cheaper than what it would cost in the bookstore for the textbook alone. So one of the reasons I like using the homework manager is it has a lot of benefits for the students, as well as no additional cost if you buy the online edition with the ebook from this link. So I just want to give you a heads up on that. And this is the week 1 overview. So an announcement, I'll also email this out to everybody. I do list the week 1 overview, and each week I'll send you an overview of what you should be doing for the course for that week. And the overview is a lot more detailed than the course schedule. So in this particular overview, I ask you to complete the homeworks for chapters 1, 2, and 3 from My Finance Lab homework manager. You should read chapters 1, 2, and 3. Then I've outlined the videos for chapters 1 and 2, and then the handouts. There are individual handouts and videos instructing you how to complete the handouts that help to further dive into some active learning from the course lectures. And then chapter 3 has actually 2 videos, part 1 and 2 for chapter 3, and then 2 handouts. And don't forget, at the end of the week is the first test. So that's an example of what I'll be emailing you each week to give you an organizational overview of what you should be working on and what you should be doing that week. Now, so let's just pop over here to the homework manager. So I put a link here, homework manager, and here is the links to buy the ebook or just to go to the homework manager itself. And when you go into the homework manager, and after you sign up and register, either you're going to get I suggest the ebook and the homework manager together is probably the best deal. But if you have a copy of the textbook already, you can buy the homework manager a la carte just by itself. And when you click on the link, there'll be an opening screen that will ask you you may already have a username and ID if you've used any of these homework managers before, or you create a new one. So when you come into the course on the homework manager, you want to click on assignments. And under assignments, it will list all of the homeworks. The homeworks are set up right now. The tests will appear on the day of the test. So I don't have the test open because I don't want you to work on the test early. The test will appear, and I will have the test dates on the announcements. You know clearly when the exams are and when they're going to open up. So for right now, what we have is the homeworks. So for homework 1, you just click on homework 1, and the homeworks are all set up if you want to work on them early. Here's question 1. So you click on question 1 and it opens up. Now the nice thing about the homework manager is that it gives you a lot of extras for helping you do the homework. So here is the problem for chapter 1. So they outline the problem, and they're looking for a specific fill-in-the-box answer. But now what's nice about the homework manager is that if you get the problem wrong, it will let you know and you can try again. So as long as you put the effort in, there should be no problem getting a full 100% on all the homework. So that's one advantage that the homework manager you have over just submitting the homework to me. Because if you submit the homework to me and I grade it by hand and it's wrong, you lose points. So here you have more control and you're able to retry and to get the correct answer on the homework. Now, if the homework problem is confusing, they do give you additional help. So they'll give you, here's a problem. They'll give you a help me solve it. So this 1, 2, 3 is a walkthrough of the problem where they work to help you solve the problem. They also have an example of a completed problem. So you can go through here and it'll show you an example of how the problem was completed and how it can be worked out. They give you a quick reference to the textbook. So if you buy the ebooks with the homework manager, it'll actually take you to the page of the homework of the textbook where the homework is based on and the solution. Financial calculator, you really won't be needing that. There sometimes is a link to, this one doesn't have it. Sometimes they have a link for a video. So if you see a little film slide, they have a video of someone showing you how to work out the problem. Okay. So let me just leave here. Let's see. I'm trying to think of, some of the homework's a little bit longer than others, but in this particular homework, you have those same opportunities. I'm looking for one with, some of them have the video, not many do, but here's one with, you see a little film slide here. So for this particular problem, they'll have a little film, and this will be a video of how to complete the problem. So they'll go through step by step on how to complete this particular problem. So the videos are an additional enhancement to help you solve some of these homeworks. And that's what's great about the homework manager, because you get a step-by-step help to solve it, an example, sometimes a video, and direct access to the page that the information, the textbook provided information to help you complete the problem. Okay, so let me close that. So those are the homeworks, pretty straightforward. And then the great thing about the homeworks is that if you don't get everything right, you get a second chance and even a third chance to complete it or retry until you get those answers correct. So each of the homeworks are set up with their own due date. So if you see, each week we have 3 homeworks, 1 homework for each chapter. And I put them all due on the same day. So just keep in mind, you probably won't want to work on all of these in the same day, but they're all due sort of at the end of the week. So you want to pace yourself and get this work done as soon as possible. Now, with exams, the exams will pop up when the open and close date for the exams are available. And you can find that from the weekly overview of the work for the week. Let me just show you. So if we go to the announcements, under each week I'll send you a weekly overview. Here's week 1. And at the bottom of week 1, it'll tell you the dates. The test 1 is from January 8th to the 9th. So it'll open up in the morning on January 8th and close. So figure 8 a.m. on January 8th, this test will open up, and 11 p.m. on January 9th, the test will close up. So that's where you want to find the actual dates of, let's see, oops. Okay, so here is the sample exam. So you click on, this is just an example. If you want to know how the tests work, I have a sample exam set up that you can kind of look at. And none of the questions on the sample exam are on the real exam, so don't worry. These were just picked randomly. They're not really tailored to what this class is about, but I just want to show you the mechanics of how the test works. So you start the sample exam. And the first thing you'll notice is that you'll see that these list of questions here. And there should be, so once you answer the question, move to the next question. Just keep moving forward here. Now on the actual exams, I'll have a clock showing you the time limit. There's a time limit for each exam, and you won't be able to go backwards to the previous question on the actual exam. So let me some of them will be short answer, some will be true false, some will be multiple choice. So this again this example is just to show you how the exams will work, so you don't get too anxious about what the exams are going to look like. And it's similar to the homework style. Okay. Okay, so this has 12 questions here. So once you finish the exam, you submit the test, and then you'll get, and you won't see this till actually everyone's done with the test and test is closed, but you'll get a layout of what questions you got correct, what questions you got wrong, and you can click into the question and you kind of see the right answer or the wrong answer you picked. They'll show you the wrong answer and the right answer. So just a quick little overview of what the test will look like. And the test will be about 60 questions long, and you will have probably at least 2 hours to complete those exams. I'll have more details in the time when we get close to the first exam. Okay, so that's pretty much it. The Homework Manager is a combination of homeworks and tests, and this is where you'll be doing all of that work. So let's go back to the Blackboard here. And a couple of things I want to point out. So always check announcements. I will post important announcements or updates here as the class goes by. Under your course documents, we have the syllabus, which we'll be going over in a minute, in-class handouts. So these are when you see the handouts, when I talk about class handouts in the weekly overview, this is where you can get the copies of the Excel spreadsheets, which are the class handouts. Now, for each of the handouts, I do provide an answer key and a video. The video links are usually in the weekly overview, but they're also backed up here, the video solutions to each of the handouts. So you could see how I'm solving the handouts. And again, it's just a reinforcement of the key concepts and work, mathematical quantitative work in each of the chapters. We also have, there's some supplemental materials if you want to look through this, just some stuff I put together that you might find useful. Time value of money tables, and a video about retirement. That's just if you're interested in that. That's not a requirement of the course. So let's look at the course syllabus. Okay, so in the syllabus, I do have office hours, which are Monday from 2 to 3 p.m., and it's going to be SB Connect. So you see this SB Connect here. If you click on this and you log in using your NetID on Monday from 2 to 3%, you can talk to me. We can have a text chat, we can share screens, so any problems you're having you can bring to me on Monday, and we can work through that in SB Connect. And of course, if those hours aren't convenient, we can make an appointment for additional office hours. Now, so this particular class is about investments. So we're going to talk about investments, financial markets, portfolio selection, asset pricing, market efficiency, technical analysis, fundamental analysis. All those good things are going to be covered in this class. Now, we talked about the textbook before. The textbook store on campus has this loose leaf version of the textbook, could be around $200. You can also get the online ebook with the Homework Manager for $109. So if you want to use the bookstore, the book will come with the Homework Manager as well, or you can use the ebook. So I put all the information here in the syllabus. Now, the learning objective of the course is I want you to be introduced to the world of investments. Think about investments as far as individual decision making for buying stocks, mutual funds, bonds. We're going to be covering the mechanics of buying and selling securities, efficient market hypothesis, portfolio diversification, valuation, international investments. All these will be covered. And now in this class, I expect that you hopefully you've taken a course in finance and accounting, just to give you a background of some of the investment classes built off of. And the course will include, of course, assignments and homeworks, and there will be some work in Microsoft Excel as you work on the class handouts. Now, with the class handouts, those are not a gradable element of the class. Those class handouts that I refer to in the videos and on the weekly update are really just a reinforcement of the material from the chapter. So I do expect that you go into each of these handouts, look at them, try and solve them with Excel, but I'm not actually grading them and you're not submitting them to me. So that's sort of on a voluntary basis. So the course methodology, this course will be made up of a good many lectures I put together on each chapter and the key concepts of each chapter. which we talked about before in the video YouTube playlist. There will be other assignments, and especially homework assignments, that will help build upon what we've talked about in the class. Now, as a student, your responsibilities are to watch the class video lectures regularly, to do all the readings and assignments posted on for each weekly session. There'll be no makeups for any of the exams, unless you have a documented emergency, which would be a medical, legal, or school-related event. You should be current in the current business and financial news, and think about, you should probably be spending 15 to 20 hours per week on this class. The grading is quite simple. Tests 1, 2, and 3 are all 70 points, and the homework is 90 points, for a total of 300 points for the course. This is the breakdown in points to grade, and again, I've backed up the weekly schedule in here, as far as we're doing three chapters a week and 1 test per week for this course. Okay, so that is the syllabus. If we go, the PowerPoints are backed up here under PowerPoints, so if you want to follow along or use the PowerPoints for studying for the exam, you can do that. All the PowerPoint files are backed up. We talked about the Homework Manager. These are the links to the Homework Manager. That's something that you'll sign up for and use to help facilitate the course. Under course discussions, if you have any individual questions about the class that you want answered quickly, you can post it in the discussion board here. And I encourage other students to answer these questions as well as I'll be checking this daily to help get back to you on questions. So if it's a question that is not of a personal nature and you think the whole class could benefit from, post it here. For example, Professor Nugent, when is the test? What time does it open? I don't see any information on this. You can post this here, then I'll reply, oh, the information is is over here on announcements, and I'll repost it. Just an example of what this is. Tools, this is where you will check your grades and other tools that the Blackboard offers. And of course, the SB Connect room when you're ready, if you want to utilize that for office hours. Okay, so that is basically, in a nutshell, what the class is all about. So I've created a course that's very easy to follow and very simple to complete. Remember, there is a lot of work that you must do to complete the course, but it's organized in a way that lays it out in a very logical and in a very progressive manner. So good luck with the class, and I'll be talking to you during the winter semester, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Take care.